Good evening. How y'all doing today? This is Yusuf Chowdhury, tuning in from San Antonio, Texas. It's 6:40 p.m. Central Time. All right, let's just give me a minute, please. Okay, let's go ahead and start. So, if y'all have any question on the subject of digital marketing, from websites, website development, to search engine, online ads, landing pages, and so forth, feel free to ask. So one of the questions that I got is, how can we increase engagement in social media? Okay, there's several ideas. The first one, of course, I highly recommend if you can use live streaming, because live streaming has the highest engagement level. I mean, the audience can like ask questions, leave comments, and share and tag and invite. If you are using Facebook Live, same conversation takes place on YouTube and also Periscope or any of the other social channels, right? Because the algorithm and the idea when it comes to like the social media, the purpose for you to increase engagement, because you want to build that trust with your target audience, you want to build that loyalty with the product and services. So increasing the engagement according to these social channels basically means likes and shares and comments, right? But for me, I would say commenting is what creates the engagement, right? So when you come up with the content for your social channels, you have to figure out, how can I make my post engageable? How can I, if I do Facebook Live, then I'm engaging right now, like with you guys. If I use a video or an image, how can I make those posts create some type of an engagement, right? So you can come up with an idea or content that is a question based, like ask questions, for example, right? You can share a post that has some sort of facts, quotes, positive quotes, right? You can also share interesting videos. You can also utilize the timeline, like on your Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter. Anytime you have an announcement, you have like an events happening on your product, you can basically change that timeline, right? You can use a post like fill in the blank post. That's old, but it still works. You can use surveys. You can use polls, right? You can use meme, always works, all right? So you can use also like a photo caption and basically tell the audience, caption this photo, for example. You can put event reminders, share anything new about the industry, about your business, right? So these are some of the ideas that you can utilize it that you can utilize it to increase engagement. But remember, the live streaming will get you the highest engagement that you're looking for. When it comes to other content, make sure you use something like a question based. I mean, you can definitely go back to BuzzSumo or what do you call it, answerthepublic.com, and use those questions to basically create a post that is a question based kind of post. You know what I mean? You ask a question in the image itself, and there's the answer within the question post. Make sense? So so those are what do you call it? Some of the ideas on on how to increase what you call it, engagement. Okay, that's how you increase engagement. The second question, let's see. Let's see, what's the second question here? Okay, what's the best practices on Facebook advertising? Okay, so best practices on Facebook advertising. First thing, you have to do the research. That means you have to go to Facebook Insights within the Facebook Ad Manager. There's an option called Audience Insight. Do the research to find out, the demographic, the target audience for your specific product or service. That's the first thing. Then, secondly, selecting the best or the proper categories, because there are like 15 categories. So if you have a website that sells a specific product like an e-commerce, then you need to select website traffic or conversion. What do you call it? Traffic category to the site. Okay. If you have a video that you want more views, then you're going to select more video views category. So you have to select the proper category. If you are pointing the traffic back to the site, then of course don't forget to add the Facebook pixel code on the website. If you want to capture leads, there's a Facebook lead ad, which doesn't require password, doesn't require a website. Basically, it's a form that you create when somebody click on the ad. A pop-up box will show up from within the Facebook environment, and it will populate the person who clicked on it. It will populate their name and email addresses and the phone number, and all they have to do is click submit. So it's like a two call to action: the clicking on the ad and one final action, which is submit. And once that happens, you basically have to go back and check the Excel sheet on the back end. The only problem is the Facebook lead ad does not give you any type of notification to let you know you got a lead. So what happens sometime, we use like a CRM system, or like a email marketing system like MailChimp or MailerLite to connect it, and that way anytime you get a lead, you get a notification. Okay. So that's the one. The other thing, when you look at the ad, you have to do a test. You can test it with the video. You can test it with several images and do basically A/B test, see which one actually brings better result. Okay. When you look at the, then of course you based on the research, you put the demographic. Hey AJ, what's going on, my man? Thank you for tuning in. Charge the guy I was talking to about yesterday. 1,400 today for daily post for the month. He's about to. Oh, awesome! So 1,400 a month on the social plus the photos. Congratulations, man. That is a good deal. That's awesome, bro. That's perfect. Yeah, that's really considered affordable too. WebFX charges 1,800 for 15 month and only 6 custom images. We are undercutting them. But because you guys are doing more, right? You guys are doing more. Okay, that's fine. I mean, you see the prices. I mean, it really comes in 2,000s and above. So congratulations, man. I'm so happy to hear that. That's very good. That is super, super good. Now, when we go back to the Facebook ad best practices, when you create the ad, you're going to have the social information. You're going to have the Facebook business page name. Then you have to add the text. You have to use images and videos. And of course, there has to be a call to action. Now, be careful with the call to action, because if you want to sell something, you do not want to use call to action, learn more. It's going to be shop now. Make sense? So your call to action has to be relevant to the ad itself. So these are some of the basic, best practices when it comes to Facebook in a nutshell. AJ, you're most welcome, and I'm so happy that you were able to close that for $14 a month. That's not bad. For how many months did you sign the contract? Let me know for how many months did you sign the contract, because that's a very, very good deal. Can you tell me for how many months you closed the deal? Or you're about to close? Jake, thank you for liking my Facebook. Nia, thank you for tuning in. And Alakh Muhammad, shukran for tuning in to my live Facebook Live. Best practices on keyword research. Well, when it comes to best practices in keyword research, the first thing is if you are going to use a seed keyword or a main keyword, like the main one, let's say one word like shoes or maybe even two women shoes, those are too general. So you can start with the general key phrase, but when you select the proper key phrases or keywords, you have to look for like a long tail. Long tail basically means a key phrase or keywords that's actually 3 to 4 words. Like for example, affordable men's soccer shoe online, for example, or affordable soccer shoe online, right? So 3 to 4 words. That's called long tail keyword. Okay. The second new one right now, which is a question based, I call this conversational keyword. So, for example, what are the best affordable soccer shoes online, right? Then also understand what is a navigational keyword, what is an informational keyword. Informational keyword basically is something like landscaping, photography tips. So whoever is typing that, their intention is not to buy the product. The intention is to learn. And the transactional keyword is like, buy textbook online. These are transactional keyword. So you also have to understand the intent of the searcher, right? So you have to understand what is the intent of the searcher. If somebody type, let's say, Mediterranean restaurant near me, so their intent is to go to that restaurant, right? So when you do the keyword research, you start with one word, then you look for relevancy, right? Then you look for 3 to 4 phrases and conversationals and transactional keywords, and you can select as many. But if you have 5 pages, you can possibly end up getting out of 800. You're going to possibly end up getting maybe like 100 that are relevant to your business. So what you do, then you pick the top 5 from the 100, and the other key phrases, the 95, you're going to use those on like content creation, podcasts, or YouTube or social channels and whatnot. And to do the keyword research, there are so many tools out there. You can use Uber Suggest from Neil Patel's site, which is also free. It comes with a paid version, but you can also use the free one. You can use Google Keyword Planner, which is 100% free. If you want to invest in some powerful keyword tools, you can look into Market Samurai. It's a one-time fee, and it is attached to the Google's database. So that tool is pretty powerful. Okay, so these are some of the basic ideas on how to run a keyword research. Okay, especially if you want to optimize your website, and at the same time you want to understand what the audience are searching, right? Like what are they looking for, right? Like what are they looking for? What are they searching? What kind of results are showing up? All these information matter to you because you're not trying to use it just to optimize the website, but you're also trying to use this information to understand what your target audience are looking for. You know what I mean? So let's see if you have any more questions here. Any more questions? Let's see. Okay, I guess we're going to keep it short today. It is 6:54 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to wait. These are some of the questions that I got. So I'm going to wait for like a 1 or 2 minute to see if anybody else wants to ask anything. If not, then we'll keep it short today. AJ, one more time, congratulations, man. Keep up the awesome work. Close those deals. And keep us posted. Let us know how you did it. Okay, folks, thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. And if you all have any more questions, don't forget to leave them in the comment section or send it to me, DM me those messages, and I'll be back possibly tomorrow. If not, then for sure next week. Okay, you all have an awesome evening. Bye bye for now.